Okay, it looks like folks are in, so we'll go ahead and start. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Fall Studio Series. Jill and I are super happy to be here and to be hosting this event, and it's going to be 3 sessions. So today's our first session, and our goal is really just to provide some support for everyone, right? So whenever we're kind of out here working on our own well-being, it's always nice to connect with others and to collaborate in community. So that's part of what the purpose is today. So just a little, let us do the heavy lifting. You can just follow along and enjoy this practice. So I'd like us to start with what we call rest your eyes, and I'm going to have you just start circling your palms together. You can press the palms together as you circle. And as you do that, you're going to start to feel some heat generating in the palms of your hands. So keep circling while that heat generates. And I'll tell you why I wanted to do this, and then we'll do it. So the reasoning behind it is I want to help us transition away from the screen. I know that you are watching this webinar through a screen, so we're not going to be away from it entirely, but many of us spend a lot of time in front of these computers, and we want to give our eyes a little bit of a break. So with that, when you feel that heat in the center of your palms, just bring the heels of your hand right to the cheekbone and cover your eyes. You can let the eyes be completely covered. Your eyes, I like to close my eyes in this one, but if for any reason that doesn't feel right to you, you can, make your own decision about that. And then we'll just take a few breaths, allowing the heat to soak into the eyes, giving the eyes a little bit of a break. And just letting your attention settle inward. Now, if it feels nice for you, you can keep your hands here. If you're ready for a break from that, you can let the hands come down, let them gently rest in your lap. We're going to invite our attention to shift from the eyes back to the breath. And at first, I just want you to notice what the breath is doing naturally. So we'll let the attention rest at the nose, just noticing the breath as it comes in, noticing the breath as it goes out. And then keeping the attention at the nose. Let's just start to lengthen out that breath a little. So a nice relaxed breath in and a nice full breath out. And again, breathing in and out. One more time, in and out. And just taking a moment to check in. Just check in with yourself And maybe ask yourself, what do I need from this session today? Right? What do I need? What can I give myself? And from here, when you're ready, if the eyes are closed, you may open them. And again, throughout the session, this session is to serve you, right? So make sure you're practicing in a way that is supportive. And maybe for you, that means taking it really slow and easy today. Maybe it means you want to try something a little more challenging, and that's up to you. So you're going to be the one who knows about that. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of moving with the breath. So I'm going to invite you to interlace your fingers, press the palms away. We're going to do cat cow. And you can do this one in the chair. I happen to be on the floor, but the chair is fine. If it doesn't feel nice to interlace fingers like this, you can bring your hands to your knees and still do the spinal movements. So again, just making decisions that work for your body. On the inhale, the arms are going to reach up, the chest reaches up, the gaze reaches up. Nice big breath in. And then as you breathe out, you're rounding the spine, palms press away from you, just about even with the floor, right? So you're not rounding all the way down. And then inhale, arms up, gaze up. Exhale to round. Inhale up. And exhale, round. And inhale, release. Coming back up to seated. And from here, we're going to come up to standing. And I apologize in advance. I have to move my computer. So hopefully this isn't too awkward for you all. Just going to move our camera so you can see me as I stand. Let me just check my arrangement. Okay. And from here, perfect. We're in a comfortable standing position. I'm going to invite you to step the feet apart. Toes point to the front of the mat. Hands can rest on the hips or the waist. And just feel the feet pressing into the ground. So as you feel the feet pressing into the ground, the muscles of the legs start to work. You can almost imagine that you're drawing those feet toward each other, and then the inner line of the legs start to work. Inhale, stretch the arms out wide, and then you're going to pivot. So point your toes, one of the toes points out to the side, the other heel angles slightly back. And then as you exhale, stretch. Inhale, come up. Exhale, stretch, just moving with the breath. Inhale, come up. One more time. Exhale, stretch. And let that hand come anywhere along the leg that feels easy, comfortable, accessible. The other hand can come to the hip, and you're kind of turning the body. You can maybe turn the gaze up toward the ceiling if that feels steady. And then if you want a little extra challenge, that top arm can reach up. Wherever you're working, big breath in and out. In and out. In and out. Inhale, come up. Point the toes to the front again. Exhale, bring the hands back to the hips. Now remember, checking back in with what you need from this session. Is it a little extra challenge? Or is it a gentle pace? Or somewhere in the middle? Right? Giving your body what it needs today. Turn the other toes out. Angle the other heel back. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale to stretch. Inhale, coming up. Exhale to stretch. One more. Inhale. Exhale. And then again, that hand comes down. The other hand to the hip. The elbow can point up. And this is a great balance here. You're working on your balance, you're strengthening the legs. If you want to reach the other arm up, you can. Big breath in and out. In and out. In and out. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, step the feet together. From here, from mountain pose, we're going to do a balance. Now, if you want extra support in your balance, you can always turn and bring one hand against the wall, and that will support you. Or if you're working at your desk or have a chair nearby, you can hold on to a nice stable piece of furniture. Otherwise, feel free to work without support in the center of the room. So the hands are at the hips, and we're going to shift the weight into one leg. Bend into the other knee, and just taking a moment here, standing firm in that standing leg, maybe finding a steady point to look at to help with your balance. And again, you make the choices around what's supportive for you today. So maybe you're staying right here and working on that balance. Maybe you're just going to lift the other foot up and touch it down. Lifting it up and touching it down. And maybe you'll stay right there, up and down. Or maybe you'll bring that knee up, hold on to the knee, and balance for stork pose. Big breath in and out. In and out. And again, maybe you'll stay right here, or maybe you'll open that knee out to the side and turn the gaze over your opposite shoulder. Staying with your breath. Inhale back to center. And everyone releasing back to mountain on the exhale. Really good work. Take a nice gentle breath in. Nice relaxed breath out. And then shifting your weight to the other leg, bending into the knee, and starting here. So this is the foundation of your stork pose. And right here is a great place to work. Working on the strength of the standing leg, working on drawing that low belly back so you have some support from your core, picking a steady point to look at. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you just start lifting that foot up and down. So just giving yourself the tiniest dose of standing on one leg. Maybe that knee comes up and it stays up. You can breathe here, breathing in and out, in and out. And you can stay right here, or as you exhale, maybe you open that knee out to the side. Maybe turn your gaze over the opposite shoulder, which is the tricky part. Really nice. Inhale, coming back. Exhale, release back to mountain. And from here, let's just inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward, hands reach the shins, head relaxes down. Inhale, halfway up, gaze comes forward. Exhale to fold. Inhale all the way up, arms up. And exhale for mountain. Really nice job. Gonna adjust my camera again. So as I do that, why don't you go ahead and come into a comfortable position. Now, if you are at home and you have the capacity to lie down, Lying down is a really lovely option for the next part. We're going to do a guided relaxation. If you don't have the capacity to lie down, you can just sit in a comfortable chair, sit in a comfortable sitting position. You don't need to be sitting upright and trying to accomplish anything with your seat when we do our rest. So as you settle into your position, whether it's sitting up or lying down, I'm gonna ask you to treat your body like a friend, right? So if a friend came over to your house, you want to make sure that that friend is comfortable, right? And that the friend has what they need. So as you settle into rest, just listen to your body. Notice if it feels good. Notice if you need to make any small adjustments so that you'll feel really relaxed and really welcome, right? And as you come into your comfortable resting position, it's your choice whether the eyes stay open or closed. The first thing I would like you to notice is where your body feels support. So maybe you feel support from the floor, if you're lying on the floor or on a mat. Maybe you feel support from the back and the seat of the chair, if you're sitting in a chair. And just seeing if you can release a little more deeply into that support. And from this supported position, I'm going to invite you to bring your attention to your forehead. Let your forehead relax. Bring your attention to your cheeks and jaw, letting cheeks and jaw relax. Bring your attention to your throat and your neck, letting neck and throat relax. Bring your attention to your shoulders, your arms, your hands and your fingers, letting both of your arms soften and relax. Bringing the attention to the chest, the belly, the upper back, and the lower back. Letting your torso soften and relax. Bringing the attention to the hips, the legs, the knees, the ankles, the tops of the feet, the soles of the feet, and all of your toes. Letting your legs soften and relax. And then sweeping your attention from the soles of the feet all the way up to the top of your head. And from the top of your head all the way down to the soles of your feet. Just letting your whole body soften and relax. And from here, you can slowly begin to deepen your breath. if you have more time available and you would like to stay in your resting pose for a little longer, by all means do that. Otherwise, we'll invite a little movement back into fingers and toes, little circles of ankles and wrists. And in your own time, in your own way, making your way back to a comfortable sitting position. And just for one more moment, checking in with yourself. And as you move from this self-care practice into the rest of your day, let's see if we can stay with that question of what do I need? What will be supportive for me? So as you move out of your self-care time into your day, see if you can hold on to a little bit of that sense of taking care of yourself. Thank you so much for joining. Jill will be leading us tomorrow, and I hope you all can join again.